Hello, what's up, and what's up? Welcome back for yet another Miles Dawkins 24/7 production, and today we're jumping back into a Throwback Thursday video, ESPN NFL 2K5, just for y'all. Now, over the weekend, of course, we had the NFL honors. We had the people winning MVPs and Defensive Players of the Years and all that good stuff. And, of course, they introduced us who is going into the Hall of Fame. So excited. Can't wait for August to get here so we can see those guys get their gold jackets. And, of course, the Super Bowl. Now, everybody knows that, the Seahawks probably should have ran the ball, so we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl. I got to talk about the NFL honors, though. To me, the NFL honors are a waste of time. And it's a waste of time because I don't know if you guys have a smartphone or not. I know a lot of people do, but I know that there's a few that do not. So I don't want to say that everybody has one. However, if you do have a smartphone and you have a NFL mobile app or NFL Now app, you got alerts to who won what awards before the award show even happened. That don't make sense to me. I'm just saying. That don't make sense to me. So it was the 4th annual NFL honors, and it was the 4th straight year in a row that I did not watch it because there was really no point when you get alerts to who wins the award before the award show. Doesn't make sense to me. Of course, got to talk about the Hall of Fame. And, of course, I believe that J.J. Watt was the MVP of the league. It's hard to justify an MVP that's on a losing team, on a team that didn't even have a winning record, on a team that didn't even get to the playoffs. So I understand why. I do kind of hate the fact that it always goes to a quarterback. That kind of just bugs the crap out of me, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Aaron Rodgers, he deserved it. If you're going to give it to the best quarterback from this past season, you give it to Aaron Rodgers. Don't have a problem with that. With the Hall of Fame, I don't have a problem with anybody getting in. Now, I made a video about this last year, and I was campaigning for Kevin Green. And I was misquoted. Charles Haley only won 5 rings. I thought he won 6. I thought he won 3 with the Niners and 3 with the Cowboys. He only won 2 with the two with the Niners and won 3 with the Cowboys. So 2 Niners, 3 Cowboys. All right, moving on though. To me, Charles Haley is definitely a Hall of Famer. Do I think that he should have went in before Kevin Green? No. Yes, Charles Haley, he has 5 rings. That's something that no other player can say that they have. So, yes, that right there should put him in the Hall of Fame. 100 career sacks. Yes, that should put him into the Hall of Fame. But we cannot act as if Charles Haley was the main reason to why those teams won Super Bowls. I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm not saying that he didn't contribute. I'm not saying that he wasn't, a big player in those Super Bowl runs. I'm just saying, when you think about the Cowboys defense, you don't think of Charles Haley. When you think about the Niners defense, you don't think of Charles Haley. I'm just saying, you think of Ronnie Lott. When it comes to the Niners, you think of maybe, a Russell Maryland or Darren Woodson or Deion Sanders when it comes to the Cowboys. So it's like, to me, even though he does deserve to get into the Hall of Fame, it's like to put him over Kevin Green that's 3rd in sacks. He's 3rd in sacks. 3rd in sacks. Everybody around him is in the Hall of Fame. And then what I mean by everybody around him, I mean the guys ahead of him. Bruce Smith, who has 200 career sacks, most all time. He's ahead of him. Reggie White, he's second most. He's ahead of him. Then you drop down, I believe 4th all time was Chris Dolman. He went in. Warren Sapp. Yes, defensive tackle is much harder to get. It's much harder to get sacks at the defensive tackle position. I know that. I'm not naive to that fact. But however, he does not have 160 career sacks like my man Kevin Green does. So, Michael Strahan's another one. Michael Strahan. Yes, Michael Strahan, he's a household name. He's an NFL icon, but my goodness, he does not have 160-something sacks, man. Kevin Green does. So people want to say, well, Kevin Green never won a Super Bowl. Okay, well, can we sit here and say that Charles Haley was the biggest reason to why his team won Super Bowls? And the answer is no. The answer is no. You take Rice off those teams, Charles Haley doesn't have a ring. You take Montana off those teams, he doesn't have a ring. You take Emmitt Smith or Michael Irvin off those teams, he doesn't have a ring. I'm just saying. So the fact that he played with multiple Hall of Famers on each team that he played with, yes, I think helped him out tremendously. That 1995 Cowboys team, that was the best team money could buy. They straight up New York Yankeed the NFL that season, and they did work. So Charles Haley, does he deserve to get in? Absolutely. But we're talking about 160 sacks from Kevin Green. 160 sacks makes him third all time. So let me just clarify though, everybody who gets into the Hall of Fame, especially this year, they all deserve it. I would not take Kevin Green, I would not take Charles Haley out and replace Kevin Green with him. Charles Haley deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Tim Brown, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Jerome Bettis, he's an NFL icon. He retired fifth. He was the fifth leading rusher in NFL history at the time that he retired. So, of course, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But he did not do the same things that Terrell Davis did. Terrell Davis put that Broncos team on his back. He got them to the Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody say. He got them to the Super Bowl. He's the reason why John Elway has 2 Super Bowl rings. Terrell Davis, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champion, made the All-90s Decade team, rushing leader multiple times in his career, and, of course, a league MVP. So what more do you want? That sounds like a Hall of Famer to me. So yes, I feel like he's more deserving than Jerome Bettis, and I feel like Kevin Green is more deserving than Charles Haley. So the one person I would take out and put one of those players in would be Bill Polian. He now works for ESPN, the former GM, the architect of the Bills, the Panthers, and the Colts. And of course, he deserves to be in too, but I would never, ever put a GM or a coach over a player. To me, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's in my opinion. And I know that coaches, if they're great, they have to make it to the Hall of Fame. GMs, too. Steve Sable, NFL films. I love NFL films. Watch them daily. So, yes, these guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But it's hard for me to justify them getting into the Hall of Fame over a player. So, Bill Polian. The facts are, he built one of the best teams of the 90s, the Buffalo Bills. That Buffalo Bills team went to 4 straight Super Bowls, won 4 straight AFC titles. However, they did not build their team to stop the teams that they were facing in the Super Bowl. Now, of course, you don't know who you're going to face. I get that. You can only do what you can do in your division versus your conference. I get that. However, in the early 90s, there was one show in the NFC, and that was the NFC East. It was the NFC East, the 49ers, and then everybody else. You know what I mean? So the Giants, what do they like to do? Ground and pound. The Bills, yes, it came down to Norwood missing the field goal, but they lost to a backup quarterback. I mean, that's just it. They lost to a backup quarterback in Jeff Hostetler. They just ground and pound, the Giants did, and they lost that one. Back-to-back years. Now, that one Super Bowl down in Pasadena versus the Cowboys, they got spanked. Didn't stand a chance. They lost Jim Kelly early in the game, so I get that. I understand that. However, Emmitt Smith in that second in the back-to-back games or the back-to-back Super Bowls when they faced the Bills, Emmitt Smith just gashed them. Then they lost to the Redskins, and the Redskins ground and pound. So they never built that defense to stop the ground and pound. And to me, that's on Bill Polian. The Colts, the team that he was part of with Peyton Manning, they never put a defense to help Peyton Manning out. That defense got gashed time and time again. That defense couldn't stop a Tom Brady or that running game that the Patriots had time and time again. They never really, invested in that offensive line to stop the Patriots' great pass rush back in the day. So Bill Polian, for as great as he is, it's not 160 sacks, in my opinion. So, another thing, Bill Polian, he was also the GM of the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Carolina Panthers, in their second year of existence, went all the way to the NFC Championship game and lost to the Green Bay Packers. That's something special. You take a team that's only been in the league for 2 years and you take them all the way to the NFC Championship game, that's something special. However, the Jaguars did the same thing. The Jaguars and the Panthers, they both came in the league at the exact same time and both went all the way to the end to their NFC Championship game for the Panthers, AFC Championship game for the Jaguars. So they both got to the championship game in their second year. So again, what Bill Polian has done has been done. There's only 2 players in NFL history that have more sacks than Kevin Green. Now, Deacon Jones, he probably does too, but they didn't count sacks back when he was playing, so I don't know because I was not alive back then. All I can say is that Kevin Green has 160 sacks. Third all time. More than Lawrence Taylor, more than Derek Thomas, more than Michael Strahan, and he's not in. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoy bringing it to you. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace. Hot sauce.